This is what I would tell you to the this is top secret. The gravitational force doesn't exist on Earth because this was proved by Sir Isaac Newton. But gravity doesn't exist on Earth. Yes, it's true. If you will ask who will proposed these theories and we are following this from so many days and why you are telling about the Earth have no gravitational force? Yes, I will tell you Earth have gravitational waves by gravitational waves, not by gravitational force. Because this is top secret under the famous country. I can't tell you about those country name and is conducted and Einstein theory was wrong and that country peoples proved this is what I are following about the Einstein those are all wrong and this is conducted in by US in area 51. So many some of the scientists are told that the what the Einstein said about the relativity those are all wrong and Einstein tell that we are all following the gravitational force between the two substances. That is also wrong. The gravitational force depend on if you consider it's a gravitational force, gravity means we assume that it is a magnet attraction force and repulsive force. Yes, that is the real thing why we the people believe that the gravitational force is present on Earth. But reason behind this is somewhat different because the Newton and first Einstein told about the gravitational and before that Newton explained why gravitational force due to his apple falling from the tree and Einstein he realistically explained this theory what is gravitational force and due to his theory of relativity he told so many things but gravitational force is on present that he told, but gravitational force doesn't present on Earth. This is only the gravitational wave present on Earth. Yes, this is true. But so many things are going to be unhappily. If some of people are uh, give a marks to Einstein, and this theory was proposed throughout the world, and he Newton gave the constant was given as 9.81 gravitational constant and according to the planetary system we will see the planets so many of the planets are there when you see about those planets the planets revolve around the sun including earth also there are 8 planets the eight planets revolve around the sun why you will tell due to gravity no due to the unequal balance of the grav magnetic force on this planet. Due to this, the gravitational wave present on between the planets and the sun, the planetary system was formed. And I will tell you, metal react attract with the magnet, but non-metal doesn't attract with magnet. You will tell about the protons. So many protons are neutrons and electrons present on the atoms present on the substance, why can't the non-metal things also doesn't attract by the magnet? This this is the one thing I will tell you. There are n metals things in the universe. Those metals things are also uh, called by the name gravitational force. there are n metal, even the plastic doesn't have any gravitational force because this is a non-conductor of magnet. If you place the magnet and plastic, they can't attract each other. But if you put a metal on near the magnet, that will attract. That's why I'm telling you about that. This universe always in the gravitational force. If you consider our Milky Way, there is a some revolve, the spiral way like our Milky Way revolved. There are so many galaxies, but you will there is a stronger force between one galaxy and other galaxy. If you they combined, the whole galaxy will be the two galaxies destroyed, and they will be formed with another galaxy. But we must know that there is always be a greater gravitational force. Strongest force of G is the strongest force. I mean, gravitational force is the heavy strongest force on the universe. There are so many forces on there. The scientists will tell this force is great, those force is great, but gravitational force is the not a weakest force. It is the strongest force in the earth. Gravitational force. So we can't their theories, they propose their theories and they will accept it, and there are so many scientists will come and they will told this theory is wrong because we are not subjected by those theories. This is the modern applications we applied by to it. By these things they will ask about the evidence. There is no much evidence given on those times, but this time they need evidence, main evidence, and they tell why. If you come with this evidence, you will also tell me, yes, explain, give me the evidence, show me the result of it with the gravitational force attract by sun and earth, and there is no combination. And if the gravitational is more than sun and less in earth, why the earth move towards the sun? Yes, this is also happened, but we must remember that we always know that the gravitational force of the earth is unevenly distributed, not evenly distributed. In the sun, the gravitational force is evenly distributed, and Einstein will give the formula of E is equal to mc square, and that is also wrong. That's proved by the famous university, because the M and C always not dependent with each other and not in square. Because of those things, E is equal to mc square is also wrong. This is so that how the people who are telling by lie to the people, and they will made a history about themselves only. That's why I'm telling you that, friend, you will always be a questioning one. If you do without question, you will can't get any answer. And I will tell you about these things on so many times, but you will don't understand what I am telling about, because gravitational force is the, I will tell you repeatedly, gravitational force is the very strongest force on the earth. Don't confuse with many forces with gravitational force. Scientists will tell about gravitational force is the weakest force. Why we consider the gravitational is the strongest force? Yes, you must know that without gravitational force is not present on Earth, but gravitational waves are present. And just to go with the gravitational where we applicable. Gravitational force is applicable only in the if we stand on Earth. Gravitational force is applicable, but we are in space. Gravitation is not applicable because there is no contact between the huge masses and small substance like sun and earth. We combined those planetary system we stand on Earth. That is also wrong. There is a huge mystery that is known by NASA that told by their video shows. I will understood that by those things we are stand perfectly on Earth, not by gravitational force. Yes, this is what about NASA telling about that. They also conducted the huge research on them, but they keep it in very secret. That if we gravity compared with the electronic items like aerospace industry is making a vehicle, and there will be huge number of vehicles are there traveling through air. There are n number of aeroplanes and spacecraft are also present by different countries for their reputation. But today tech, what do they ask? Black hole is light, can't escape through black hole. But the secret behind this why the light doesn't escape through the black hole. We must understood this black hole as a huge gravitational waves, and by that one by one atom with one atom collide with each other. By combining those effects, they make a huge force on them. You must know that there is a number of application telling about that. But let's come to the gravity hole. I will continue further that black hole, because so many particles are surrounded by the black hole. Where's the black hole will appear? The light doesn't pass through the black hole because there's small amount of rocks present on the surrounded by the black hole surface. The light impinges the black hole. Some amount of the light will be absorbed by the black hole. There are so many colors and gases present through the black hole. Black hole is not a simple thing. This is a wide, and due to the black hole light cannot escape through the black hole, because if you take the torch and you will put a light on a black screen, if you get a good light, no, it will always dim. That's why light cannot come out from the black hole. That the scientist, they will call it as a gravitational effect. That is wrong. That is not about the gravitational effect. Due to the gravitational effect, light doesn't come out from the black hole. Due to the particles surrounded by the black hole, they will absorb the light and doesn't give it the reflect to the atmosphere. That's why light cannot escape through the black hole. That is the new thing. That about the UFO, we must always saw the news in UFO, means unidentified flying object. UFO was only found in US. No, why US? There are so many countries are there. Why they can't UFO doesn't found in other countries? Why UFO was found only in the US? Because they already researching with their UFO. Because California, the UFO is small thing. UFO is crashed. I read that in the news. They re-engineering on the UFO, how they come to the earth and what their technology. By these things they conduct so many things. They experimented that so many news. If they re-engineering so many times, you must know that why they are doing, what their purpose. There are so many countries have there so many number of secrets. Yes, what is the value of G? Means gravitational force. Is gravitational force is only limited to 9.81 meter per second? No, that is change from different place of Earth. If we come to equator, gravitational is more due to the bulge. Earth is not a circular shape, that is not equally distributed, and magnetic rocks present on Earth not in equal manner. There is, if you come to some other country, there is a great number of gravitational force, but you must understood gravitational force is not equally distributed. That's why Earth is surrounded by itself like a circular ball. If the gravitational force equally distributed on Earth, that is Earth, the Earth is also become a stationary, and the gravity we will fly through the air. That's why we are standing on the Earth and stick to the surface due to these reactions that take place on the Earth. But science will tell that due to the gravitational force, but there is no gravitational force on Earth because due to the circulation of the Earth, due to this, the force will centrifugal force done by the Earth. That's why we are standing on the Earth. Next, we consider so many planetary system. If we consider Milky Way in a small space, in a tiny space, our solar system was present. In Milky Way has a big gravity, and our solar system also have gravitational force. Which gravitational force act on which gravitational force, that is also very important. By those things, we can't imagine that we are limited to our planet. We must think out of the box. We must think we will respect. If you go to the Jupiter, if you stay there, the gravitational force is different, and you will take the with respect to that planet. You must calculate everything. We are always limited to our Earth. That is the most ridiculous things that's happened on Earth by and also by scientists. Friends, I will tell you that there is no universal constant because that universal constant are also changed from different place to place. Let's come to the Newton's third law of what state he told. Every action there is equal and opposite reaction. That is also wrong. Newton's third law is also wrong because, for example, if you two balls are there, if you strike one ball to the another ball, if the same force, if you applied 1 kg of force to the one first ball, if the first ball uh, put a force on another ball, there is equal the force applied 1 kg plus 1 kg. No, there is some amount of mass is wasted. That is doesn't explained by Newton. He explained that there is always force equal to equal. That is also wrong. And what is G? Gravitational force given by the scientist 9.81, that is only limited to Earth. That's why I am always press that point. G is 9 present with 9.81. That is always changed because our Earth is too old. We are digging so many magnetic rocks. By those things, the gravitational force is changed, and Earth have already told Earth have magnetic substances inside the Earth, and Sun is also a huge magnet, and Earth a small magnet. Because due to the unevenly distributed of the magnetic system on the Earth, that will rotate. Due to the high amount of the gravitational force that is applied to the Sun and the Earth, there is huge difference. And there is also a you will also see the magnets. There is attraction force and also a repulsion force are present. Due to these combined forces, for attraction forces, I will tell you, if you Earth has some attraction power and Sun has some attraction power. Due to this attraction power, there is also a repulsion power. If you take the bar magnet, if you see N and S, North Pole and South Pole, Earth, when the Sun attract the Earth from its gravity, and also the Earth repulsed by its gravity with, if you consider N with N doesn't attract with each other, but N with S they will attract each other. If the N with S is they will have a attached with each other, with N is present, N and S doesn't attract to the N. That's why Earth is rotated by itself around the sun, and the moon is also, we must only see the one face of the moon. Where's the other side of the moon? Why can't we see by these years? That's why, friend, I will telling you that Newton's third law doesn't obeys. according to modern science, my science. And there is a so many relatable and hmm, there is a question arrived that why that only is the earth will attract the substances, why can't humans? Yes, that is the main thing. Why can't human doesn't attract to the magnet? Only a substances attract to the magnet. Why can't us? We are insulators? No, that's come to the point. That's well it's also the main thing. Which substance will attract to human and other planets and other like substance? That is even though the scientists are do unable to explain that which substance is present on earth by attract to us. That's why I am telling you friends, we are only work for the outer face of the solar system, but not the we must dig our planet for minerals, oils, for future we need depend on the solar system. That's why there's hidden truth behind the our planet. The planet have so many secrets, and our past ancestors are all they have a huge minded peoples, and they have a good technology at that time, and they doesn't maintain a some kind of what we maintain with like software and some hard copies and soft copies. They doesn't maintain with like that. That why they are all destroyed because their technology is higher ocean like Egypt built by so many technologies, and even the tomato will put it on the center of the pyramid. It will drained, but it smell. It doesn't shows any smell. But same after if they put another tomato on the outside of the pyramid, within 3 days it will become a bad smell. That's why we are lack of knowledge we want, and we are always great that we have a lot of knowledge. That is the main different things. We have the peoples have the lack of knowledge by these things. I will tell you that they have the more wide of knowledge about the gravitational force, and they you will see the so many pyramid in Egypt. There's no some like obstacles. There may very like kilometers drawing. Those are all not aliens created. So are all created by humans, but they show their reputations. And I will show you with proof. You will hear my voice. You also need proof. Whatever told about those things like gravitational force and other some things and the Milky Way galaxy, you will also watch the evidence. Without evidence, you will not hear without gravitational force by only hearing my voice. In my next coming video, I will directly uploaded a video that will show the how the gravitational force doesn't present on Earth. There is no gravitational force on Earth, on every planet on Earth, and in space. In also, there's only the attraction between the only gravitational waves are present. In next video, I will upload and animation will take place. You will understood better knowledge about those things, and I will test the concept of UFO and the spaceship that those are built in the whatever built in space station. Those are not too strong. If the solar wind is passed between the those space station, it will what we observed in the gravity movie that will happen like that. That's why space station was built in a very high manner. Like if you the stone is travel around 10 kilometer per second, if they hit one glass, there is a huge amount of space station and $1 billion are to be wasted. That will I will show my next design how to build space station and UFO. That is the main thing. If you subscribe and watch and build your own UFO with your money, I will tell you how to design about those things. Subscribe me for more information. will able to comment behind this?